Sanpo is looking a little rough. The paint is fading in several locations and more. We'll be making Sanpo look just a little better by the end of this series. The final thing I'll be repainting is the roof. Specifically, I'll be fixing the clear coat. First, I'm going to remove this roof trim. The fading clear coat goes a little past the trim, and I want to make sure I paint everything. These are designed to be little water gutters, like the ones on your house. The drawback to that is that lots of dirt and leaves can get stuck in them over time and even cause rust. Luckily for me, these are only dirty and haven't developed any rust. After giving these a quick clean, it's time to start sanding all of the bad clear coat. I started sanding by hand, but I realized how long it was going to take, so I bought a sander. Because I'm only taking back the flaking clear coat, I'm using 600 to 800 grit sandpaper so as to not remove the paint. However, that didn't quite work out the way that I was expecting. As you can see here, I am removing a lot more paint than I was planning on, but that's okay. To make sure everything is completely clean, I'll be wiping the whole surface down with some alcohol. Now, it's time for my favorite part. Masking. Just kidding. I don't like masking at all. You always want to start with tape first so you can be more precise with your masking before you move on to newspaper and plastic sheets. Wipe everything down one more time with alcohol before painting. And I went a little deep into the sanding because some parts were rusting, so I'm using a little bit of primer. After letting the primer dry, I start painting. I got about halfway done when I ran out of paint, so I had to buy more and wait. And I got this spray grip because I was cutting off the nerves in my fingers. After a couple coats of paint, it was time for the clear coat. And as expected, it came out quite rough, so I need to sand it down starting with 1000 grit sandpaper. After finishing everything with 4000 grit sandpaper, I removed all of the masking. And I noticed I had a little bit of overspray. Oh yeah, there it is. Boom. things were looking good, but there were still some fine scratches that I needed to take out with some compounding and polishing. It turned out pretty good. I'm actually pretty surprised with how the roof turned out. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. I think the hood scoop turned out a little better than the roof did, but it looks pretty good. There's still lots of orange peel. There's plenty of uneven paint lines. Some parts a little thicker, but overall, looks pretty good. I also wonder the quality of the clear coat. I've been touching the clear coat like this with my hands and it leaves little scratches on it. So I don't know about that. I actually sprayed it in the proper temperature, so it shouldn't be an issue. So my guess is that it just never clears well because of the quality of the clear coat. I don't know. Either way, from this point, I'm going to wax everything. So I'm gonna wax the water channels before putting the trim back on. I'm gonna wax the roof because it's already had a month to cure properly. After waxing everything, I had to reapply the tape to this rubber seal. And then I reinstalled it. Finally, I reinstalled the trim. Gave Sanpo a quick rinse. While all of the paint is far from perfect, I do plan on getting a full respray at some point. So for now, at least it looks a little better. This is something I can be at least a little proud of. As I mentioned before, I think that the issue is the clear coat itself. I think it's just a bad clear coat. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna last, but at least for now it looks good. It's gonna protect at least the paint and then the metal underneath. So that's all that matters for the time being. But eventually I do plan on getting a full respray of the entire car, and so it'll be professionally done that way. But for now, this is good enough. Next time, I'm gonna need to fix my wheels because they're a little bit bent from the previous owner. So we're gonna get those repaired, and that'll get us a little bit closer to getting ready for the track.